in to catch Beatlemania.
Do you want to reach out to the Vietnamese community in Seattle? Just advertise in Vietnamese Bắc, that is Northwest Vietnamese News, the longest running Vietnamese language newspaper in our region. Go to nvnorthwest.com.
Hey, Seattle, tune in to Lidline Sports every Monday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m.
What up, yo? We are back. This is Pep, and the man that don't take no mess, Mr. O.P.I.S., Mr. Stevenson. What say you?
I hope you see the hat that I'm wearing right now. That's how mad I am.
I do. Man, you are angry.
I just want to make that be known.
Tune in to Lidline Sports every Monday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Lidline Sports.
This is a Rainier Avenue radio message on fentanyl awareness in our communities.
So I bring a perspective of a parent who wants to protect the children and the children that live in the community. There's Narcan in elementary school. And I knew that because I was told if you work in an elementary school, you'll be trained to administer Narcan properly. Elementary school children who may come in with an overdose, and that you as a staff member in an elementary school would need to be able to respond to that. It's my responsibility to be more aware. If they do come to me with questions, if I go to my school website, I don't know if I would be able to give them a sufficient answer.
This has been a Rainier Avenue radio message on fentanyl in our communities.
Would you like to see when your favorite Rainier Avenue radio show comes on? Check out our show schedule, updated weekly at rainieravenuradio.world.
Well, hello, everyone, and thank you for joining another episode of Real Estate and Money. I'm one of your hosts. My name is Tina Lombard.
And I'm Violeta Strash with Coldwell Banker Danforth.
Yes. How's everybody doing today? So, Violeta, how's everything in Seattle?
Cold.
Is it cold?
Not raining, but cold.
It's cold, okay.
No snow. So that's why I have a picture of a frost on leaves.
Ooh, very smart. Yeah. Yes. No, we've got 3 inches of snow outside.
Of course you do.
Not stopping anybody. Not stopping anybody. Yeah. So hopefully it'll melt soon, but we're not stopping. We're not stopping because of the snow, but it is still, it's New Year's and it's the time of the year where it's cold, gives us a chance to just kind of sit back and relax and think about our New Year's resolutions.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
One of those, let me think. Have I gotten rid of mine already? 7 days into the new year. It's probably done. I'm done.
What have you resoluted to?
What have I resoluted to?
Yes.
Just my health. I've had some health issues this past year, and I just want to get through all of that and see all the doctors and see all the, what I need to do. Because I don't know if people knew that I had some vertigo issues going on, and not good, but enjoyed the past year, and hopefully there's not a lot of the tragic news that we've suffered through the past year too, with passing on of people that we know and love. Right?
Yes.
It's been an unusual year, but it's been a good year. My son got married. So embrace and be grateful for all the good things that have happened. That happen every day, and then move forward.
Yes,
and be healthy and strong and resilient and all that.
Yeah.
What do you
those
think?
are good. Oh gosh. Well, health always is number one, and fitness. So I want to get fit. I have a large intake of sugar that I always do every day. And, I've been cutting back on my sugar since January 1st. But, there's the 4 tablespoons, whatever, in your coffee, the occasional candy bar, pop, all that kind of stuff. That can be put to the side. All that stuff can be put to the side. But, I want to spend less money. There's a lot of subscriptions I have on my phone. I can get rid of that a lot of things that are unnecessary. I'm going to cut out a lot of also some people in my life, unfortunately. I mean, good, bad, or the other. I mean, there's some people that I need to have close to me, such as yourself. You know, they edify me, they bring me up, they help me with my goals. They're just good medicine. I've got people who are just good medicine that I surround myself with. However, there are some people who, you know, kind of suck you for everything you got. Take your energy, take your time, you know, and those are kind of like life suckers, you know, and they crunch onto you, and like vampires, they steal you of your energy. So I want to get rid of, you know, just put them in the balcony. It's not that, you know, I want them out of the building, but I just have them on the balcony. So, you know, that sort of thing. And then, you know, I've got my yard. I want to make sure my landscaping this year is up to par. I'm going to start my landscaping in the spring, pre-spring. So we're talking February, March. Start planting some tulips and stuff like that.
Yes.
So I want to get and I have an unfinished basement. I mean, I've got stuff down there. I got like yoga mats and recording studio. I've got like plants and stuff like that down there. But there's just stuff, but I need to have a finished basement. So that's something I want to do this year. And also, I want to go traveling this year.
Oh, yes.
Big 6-0. I'll be at the big 6-0 this year. Yes.
Wow.
Big 6-0.
Yeah.
So,
You need to
I mean, gosh. So
get
I
rid
have
of some of those bucket list items, right?
Gosh, I've got, I want to go to Europe. You know, I want to go to Bali. I want to go to Italy. I want to go to Egypt. So I tentatively have a trip to Egypt, you know, but I'm going to do some traveling, you know, while I'm able to. You know, I'm able to. So, so I'm going to travel this year. So those are my goals, you know, and there's different goals that people have, like, you know, learning an instrument, you know, reading a book series, you know, reading the whole Bible from A to B, you know, from Genesis to, to Revelations. I mean, what have you, but there's certain things. I mean, I want to be more spiritual this year. You know, I haven't been going to church like I did when I was in Seattle. I was in church Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday, Monday. It was just crazy. So I want to make an effort to get back in the church more regularly and do something, volunteer somewhere, again, some type of capacity in the church. So that's a goal.
Yeah. You want to go to New York with me?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. When are you going to go?
I'll talk to my brother and see about Fashion Week.
Correct. Yes, absolutely. This is my resolution for 2025. Go to New York Fashion Week. When is that? What time of the year?
There's a spring one, but then there's another one that I've been to is in September.
Okay, so where's my calendar? September 2025.
I'll have to ask. Yeah,
I'm gonna hold you to it. We are gonna go to Denver. We're gonna go to New York Fashion Week. Yes.
All right.
That's a goal. You know. So we're talking about a lot of personal goals. You know, things that we want to do to better our lives situation. But you know, in the industry that we're in, you know, we're in mortgages, we're in real estate. Mm-hmm. A lot of people have mortgage goals and real estate goals. I mean, everybody has to live somewhere. Yeah. You know, either you're not paying for rent because you're living with a family member, or maybe you're in the military or something. But if you don't have those two things, you know, you're either renting or you're buying. So, you know, we want to talk today about some New Year's resolutions for home buyers, either or future home buyers.
You know, there are going to be challenges this year. Who knows what the economic situation is going to be like?
Yeah,
month after month after month. Home affordability, you know, the prices of homes are going to go up. But, you know, there were instances where insurance is going to go up, right?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Will go up. Taxes will go up. A new home construction, as much as I wanted to be in it last year, the affordability of goods, their supplies has gone up. So, you know, it's costing more to build new homes. So there's a lot of things that people are thinking about as they get into the market for this year. And the mortgage rates are always the number one thing. Homeowners who want to maybe downsize or upsize or whatever, a lot of them have refinanced at a really low rate. So now, are they going to swap those low rates to get into a resale or a new construction home with higher rates? Who knows?
No. Yeah, I mean, that's you know, you're talking about something very interesting because, you know, I've got a 2.75 rate. Your rate's low, you know, and most of the people my age who had a house refinance at like 3.25.
Yeah.
And they're going to, you know, if they buy a house at at 500,000 or 800,000, because now our houses are worth $1 million. So if we trade it for another house at $1 million or even for $500,000, our rate's going to be 6%.
Yeah.
So it's going to double. So a lot of us are just like, I'm not going anywhere, not for a while. I mean, you're going to have a lot of equity in your house. There's probably a lot of equity in your house. I mean, some people are doing, I think, second mortgage, reverse mortgages. They're doing second reverse mortgages behind their first mortgage. But that's the, what's that called again? The Chemdra, whatever. That's the issue is right now the rates were really good. And then now, so these people at a 3.25 rate or a 2.75 rate, they're not selling their house.
No way.
And so here's this young couple. I want to buy your house, and they're like, you're not buying this house. So that's a conundrum. That's what it is. It's like new builds kind of make sense in that respect because there's nobody in there. I mean, there's inventory, but still, I mean, if your kids moved out and your mortgage was $800,000, your kids are gone. You buy another house at like $500,000 or $600,000. That makes sense. Because now your balance is lower.
Yeah.
So, so if your goal is to if you're looking around at your walls and you're just bored, you want to do something different, talk to me, Violeta. We'll show you a vacation home or something. Go buy something by the beach. Go buy something in California or Florida or something like that. Get out.
Yeah. There's a lot of homes international, like Mexico.
Yeah.
That are affordable.
Yes.
So can you help people with that, Tina?
I don't do that. I don't do loans in Mexico. No, I mean, there's a lot of people who come from Mexico buying here, and there are some people buying vacation homes. I know the Asian Real Estate Association. If you call the Asian Real Estate Association, they can actually put you in contact with people who want to buy homes in Mexico. But we're federally chartered. There's a federally chartered bank. So yeah. Or Costa Rica. You could buy Costa Rica. You could buy houses in Costa Rica. A lot of people here are buying houses in Costa Rica.
Yes.
Parts of Puerto Vallarta, parts of Cancun or Tulum. There are a lot of condos going up in Tulum that people are buying. But hey, this is a good thing. So Violeta is saying, hey, you got a house. It's worth $1.3 million. You owe $300,000 on it. You've got all this equity in your house. Go get out a home equity loan and go buy yourself a home in Cancun.
And still have money left over.
Oh gosh, yeah. Still have money left over. So my girlfriend just this morning, who's from Costa Rica, she called me. She's like, Tina, let's go to Mexico. Let's go to Cancun. It's $180 round trip.
What?
Yeah, from here. Because Frontier Airlines actually bases.
Wow.
And so I'm like, so I might go with her.
Why not?
But I mean, for this year, if you want to, you can go on vacation to Vegas, but why not buy a condo or something in Vegas? My sister bought a house in Vegas. A lot of my Filipino friends from Seattle moved down to Vegas. They actually bought a rental property and rented it out for several years and had somebody else pay the mortgage. And now they're retired. Now their rental property is their primary. So if you're kind of bored this year, you're like, what do? I don't know if I should buy a vacation home. And Vegas makes sense. Vegas makes sense.
Okay.
California, where you're going to go all the time for vacation, or even Florida. Florida makes sense too. If you can buy something down there. I know that insurance is very high in Florida, but insurance isn't required. It's not required.
It's not required.
Not required. You don't have. I mean, you don't have. If you want to get a mortgage,
yeah,
we're gonna tell you to get insurance.
Oh, but they have so many weather issues.
I have some Filipino women down there who own condos. They don't have any insurance, but they rent condos out. They sure do. So if your goal is to buy another, I mean, let's say you love your house, you don't ever want to move from your house, but it's paid off.
Yeah.
You want to go buy a house in Honolulu or something, or like in Mexico or Italy or anywhere. Take out the equity in your home and go buy that rental property for yourself. So you don't have to Airbnb. You can Airbnb it out to somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So
payments that way. Yep.
So do you have a market update?
I do have a market update because I haven't talked to you guys about that in a while. So here we go. Let's take a look at the inventory counts, starting with King County. We have 140 active listings right now, just between January 1st and January 7th. So 1 week since the beginning of this year. 140, 85 pending sales, and 100 homes have sold with an average price of $1,152,000, and that's in King County. Last year, the same time, 135 homes sold for an average of 1,177,000. So slightly higher than what it's selling right now.
Mm-hmm.
So there you have it. And then December, year to year. So really, we're talking about December 24 and December of 2023. Homes for sale in 23, 847 homes versus 917 homes this past December. Percent of the list price was 98.8 and 99.6, so pretty even. Days on the market, 17 days in 23 and 21 days in 24. So again, it's just a minimal 4-day difference. Showings per listing, pretty even at 8 and 7, and then showings to get to pending 23 in 2023 and 22 showings to get to pending in 2024. Then in Pierce County, active homes in the past week, 107 homes, 84 are pending, and 64 are in the sold category at an average price of $616,000. And last year, it was 90 homes sold for an average of $588,000. So it's gone up this year already. And then homes for sale in 2023, December, 818. In this past December, 944. Percent of the list price was pretty even, dead even at 99. Days on the market, 33 days in 2023 versus 41 days in 2024. Showings per listing, 5. And then showings to get to pending, it's a little bit like a little over 2 weeks. And that's in Pierce County. So then last but not least, Snohomish County. We have 84 homes on the market right now, active listings, pending 51 homes, and 35 homes have sold in the past week at an average price of $908,000. Last year, it was 59 homes that sold for an average of 827 homes. So homes for sale in December, year to year. In 23, there was 331, and 2024, 397. So it's gone up. Percent of the list price was still even, 99, pretty even across the board there. Days on the market, 31 days in 2023 and 35 days in 2024. Showings per listing, 8 showings, and then showings per to get to pending was about 19. So it's pretty even for both years. So you can know.
Well, let's go back really quick. You said Snohomish County. You sold how many houses? 81?
And sold in this past week, 35.
35.
There's 84 active
listings
right now.
And you have 51. Okay.
51 pending.
This is what's interesting. There are 2,660 real estate agents that are licensed in Snohomish County. So if you look at a buy side and a sell side, 35 last week. So that's like 70, so there's a buy and sell side. So times that by 2. So there's 70 transactions last week in Snohomish times 4. That's 280. And there's 2,600 realtors in Snohomish County. So ladies and gentlemen, that's the market. That's the market. It's like, it's scary out there. It's very, very scary. We've got, I think there are something like 18,000 or 24,000 realtors in Washington State. And there are 35,000 realtors in Colorado. And Washington State has maybe triple the amount of people or population than Colorado.
Yeah.
So here it's like there's a lot of realtors. There's a lot of realtors. Loan officers, same amount of loan officers. So we're fighting. I think there's maybe 16,000 16,000. Yep, something like 12,000 loan officers here in Colorado State. So there's maybe 8,000 in Washington. It's really, really it's very dense. It's very dense, which is great. It's great if you're a mortgage loan officer or a realtor there. And I believe the average prices of homes are better in the Seattle area than in the state of Colorado. Yeah. Yeah. But that's the market, though. I mean, if you think about it, that's just one county. I mean, King County, the same thing too. Pierce County, you've got this many realtors and that many transactions.
Yeah.
So that's just telling you the market to slow down. So they're predicting, didn't they say they predicted that the market's going to go down? The prices of houses are going to go down 4% this year in Seattle.
4.4. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, so what does that tell you as a buyer? Well, you could probably make a deal. You're probably going to get a good deal. Whatever realtor you use, you're going to get a good deal because the houses are not moving for whatever reason. It could be interest rates. Seattle, Seattle is very high tech. A lot of educated people in Seattle, and they get their. I'm not going to say what I'm going to say, but they get really antsy when the rate is like 6.99 and they want it 4.25. They are very, very attitudinal, with rates. And then the rest of the country, if you're living in Nebraska or anywhere else, these other states, people, they do not care about the rate. They're just like, okay, I need to buy a house. But up there in Seattle, they just, or the Washington area, my experience, they're just like so hoity-toity. They're like, hey, I'm gonna wait till the rates go down to 5.25.
Yeah.
And they're really shooting themselves in the foot because you see the market is going down. Mm-hmm. And because the market's going down, that house that you think that the values of houses are going to go down, so they need to get off their high horse, and say, hey, let's just go ahead and let's just start buying some houses because it tells you right now that the sellers are not selling. So you can actually make a deal in a home. So all the offers that I have, the realtors actually come in under ask. I had a $1.3 million loan that I closed last month, and the sellers, the buyer side, the buyer's agent came in at $900,000 on a 1.3 fourplex. Wow. And of course they bartered back and forth and it ended up at $995,000. Still $300,000 less, but that's the type of thing. That's the type of thing you can do right now. If you really want to buy, because you're moving, your company's moving, your kids moved out, you're moving back to your hometown. If there's a reason that you have to move, don't even look at a rate sheet. Don't even look at a rate sheet. What are you going to do? Rent for 3 years and throw away all that tax money because of a rate? Mm-hmm. So if you have to move, don't ask for a rate. That should not be the first thing that comes out of your mouth. Think about it, V. If you're making $200,000 a year, you're a 24% tax bracket. That's $80,000. What is that? That's like $60,000 in taxes. Okay. And so you get this attitude. I'm not going to buy a house at 7%. I'm going to wait until it goes to 5%. You would have, let's say you would have paid $45,000 or $50,000 in tax in interest that year alone. You would have saved that much money in taxes. Okay, so when you're renting, you would save that. If you're looking for a house in that price range and you're renting, you would have saved that much money, in taxes. Whether the rate is 7.125 or 6%, let's say it's an $800 difference per month. Times that by 12. That's what that's what $7,000, and you would have gotten you would have saved like $40,000 in taxes. Get your head out of the sand. Forget this rate thing. That's the rate. Forget that. You buy your house now. If you could buy a house now, let's say you only qualify for $600,000, whereas in regular times you qualify for $850,000. Buy that $600,000 home because you get the tax write-off. And then what happens is if when the rates do start going back down, that $600,000 home is going to go up to $660,000 to $700,000 to $750,000 because the economy is going to reverse and it's going to go back up. Yeah. So now, do you want to buy a house at $600,000 at 7% or a house at $850,000 at 4%? Now, how much sense does that make? That's a $250,000 spread. But you're like, I'm not going to buy the rate because it's an extra $500 a month. Extra $500 a month times 12 is $6,000 a year. And then your house at $600,000. Now you can buy it in 2 years for $700,000, and now it's $100,000 more. Yeah. So you cut off your foot to save your face, and what happens is, you could have bought a house, at a cheaper price and saved yourself $100,000 because you didn't want to spend the extra $2,000 a year. It's just absolutely ridiculous. So I tell people when somebody says, "Okay, I want to know what the rate is," I just want to say, "Listen, here's a book, and go educate yourself. Here's a book." And we're going to show you how to add, divide, subtract, and you tell me how much money you're going to save. Or better yet, talk to your accountant. Your accountants can tell you. I get referrals from accountants all the time, and they're like, "Tina, this guy makes $325,000 W-2, and he is renting. He needs to find a house." They're like, he needs to find a house because I have no more tax write-offs. I can't do nothing. They need to find a house. And so, so if you are making a lot of money, don't get persnickety about the rate. Do not get persnickety because right now you're shooting yourself in the foot. There's a lot of investors, Violeta, that I have, and they invest like crazy. They are buying up houses like madmen. They're taking out the equity of their homes now, and they're buying more houses. because they know the houses are cheap, and everybody doesn't want to buy. Everybody's renting, so their prices of their rent is going up, and nobody's saying anything about it because nobody wants to buy. Everybody's attitude is, and so they don't want to buy. So, if you want to buy, if you have the wherewithal, don't get caught. Don't get caught. Well, I don't want to have a rate of 6%. I want to have a rate of 7% because you're shooting yourself in the foot. You do not sound smart when you do that. If you have the money to buy a house, buy it. Okay, so here we go. Now off my high horse. I see we're talking. I have an announcement here by Daniel about my dear friend Ness, because Ness just got out of the hospital. This Saturday, the 11th, we will celebrate the recovery of DJ Nasty Ness with a day-long DJ Nasty Ness tribute marathon and guest DJ mixes on Rainier Avenue Radio from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., featuring a live on-air dedication special at 5, featuring shout-outs and special guests. So Ness, we love you. We love your inspiration. We love the jokes that you put on our Instagrams and stuff. We love your music. We love the fact that you changed the face of music in Seattle, which actually trickled nationwide. So yes, we would love to celebrate you. That would be this Saturday, January 11th, from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Awesome. Yes.
Okay. So goodness. Yeah.
Are we close to done?
I think we got like 3 or 4 more minutes.
Oh,
but V, do you get people who kind of give you what's the rate? Do you still get a lot of that?
Yeah. And then, when you're done talking, they actually, a lot of my people are saying, okay, yeah, I'm done waiting. I'm done. I waited long enough. Let's go. Yeah.
Yes. That's what I want to
You just talk to them about how absurd it is for them to wait it out. There's no waiting it out. How long are you going to wait? Another year or two? And yeah.
Well, these people buying houses at 1.5 to 3.5 million, they're not asking rate.
Right.
They're not asking rate. I got a guy 2.8 million. He's not asking rate. He just says, how fast do you close? My girlfriend up there in Sammamish, Julie, she's 2.3, 2.8, 5.6. These people aren't asking rate. They're not asking rate. It's that should be the last thing. The best thing that should come out of your mouth is, where can I buy the best value for my home? Where can I get the biggest bang for my buck? Those were our predictions for 2025. Do that and you'll be sane.
Yeah. Hey, let me go through a couple of housekeeping things on my end. Just a home maintenance checklist. And I want to do this every month for you guys. Just a few things to think about every month. For January, change your furnace filters. And that should be done every other month. So starting January, if you want to make resolutions, here you go. Change the furnace filters. Clean your range hood vents. Those get all clogged up with grease and grime and whatever. Do that. Yeah. And then vacuum your refrigerator coils. You'll prevent fires. There's dust and crap and food that gets behind the freezer refrigerator. Just do that. Those 3 things. That's all I'm telling you to do. January. 3
That's
things.
good. That's good, V. You're reminding me. But thank you, everybody. I guess that's it. We're it. But thank you so much. Give us a call if you need anything.
Yes, please. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.